Creating reveals in Smart Notebook is probably one of my favorite things to do. Sometimes I do the reveals for information, and oftentimes I let my students do it. It's kind of their chance to use the smartboard and what it's intended to be used for. It's interactive. It's not just a projector, showing a movie or a screen. So the students really like this the reveals. So I'm going to talk to you about 4 ways that I kind of do reveals and go over each one individually. So, move and reveal is fairly self explanatory. It allows you to move something, and as you move it, oh, look, it reveals information. So, the first thing you want to do for move and reveal is make sure that you have an object and/or text that you want to reveal. And usually I reveal information by text. So it's like, for me, it's like a dragging bullet point. I'm going to click on it and drag it across my screen or across the board. The second thing is you're going to create some sort of tab or something you can pull. So notice on this one, I used a shape up here that's a pre-made shape. And over here, I used a tab. It's actually called a tab. If I click on my gallery and I type the word tab, it'll bring up different tabs in different colors. So here's a teal one. Here's an orange one. So these tabs, I can rotate it for whichever direction I need it to go. The last thing is group it. So if we're doing one of these, we want to group them. Notice that the shape and the text are together. So we talked about grouping before. Another move and reveal is simple in that I've locked down the text that I want, and then I've put an image or a shape over it, and now I simply click and move that object to now see the information. So move and reveal, move and reveal, move and reveal. So if I wanted to say, this is easy, I would have text. I could take one of the tabs. So I have everything ready to go. So I have an object here. So here I have an object and text. So here's the text and here's the object. Um, and then, oh, sorry, the text and then whatever I need to pull. And then I'm going to group them. So I'm going to go outside the image. I'm going to click and drag. Once again, I'm going to go outside the images I want to group, click and drag across. And now that they are both highlighted or selected, I'm going to go ahead and go to group. And now they're one item or shape. And then I can easily push this, to the side of my presentation. And you can have, text come from, the right-hand side, the left-hand side. You can even pull information and have things come from top to bottom, bottom to top. So I'll leave that up to your discretion. So move and reveal. And this one's really easy too. So erase and reveal is fun. The students tend to like to do this one. So sometimes I'm standing at the back of the class and then I ask for a volunteer or I have a student go up to the board, and as I talk about something, I just tell them to erase as I go. So all you would have them do is pick up the eraser, or obviously right now I'm not on the smartboard, I'm just on the software. I'm going to click the eraser, and I would have them erase. So you'll notice as I erase, oh, that's what I need. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have the objects or the text that you want to be revealed. So make sure you do that first. Type it or have the objects ready to go. Then you lock them down. So here I'm going to select. If you notice, everything's locked. You can tell because it's the little padlock. You go back to being an eraser. After you've done that, you have to cover it up with something. My favorite things to cover up with are the creative pens. So in the pen option, I really like the creative pens. I think those are fun. So I just draw right over them. And then all you do to reveal is erase. And then you just need the eraser to erase it. So that's erase and reveal. Order and reveal takes a little bit more time. The first thing you want to do is you want to have your image. So here's the state of Illinois, and I'm going to have some text here. I'm going to say Moline, and over here I'm going to say Chicago. Um, I'll just do a few. So the first thing that I do is I have the image and the answers. So if I wanted them to hover over and say, okay, well, what's located over here and what's located over here? Let me just go ahead and star those kind of cities right now. There we go. What I need to do is I need to make the color of the text the same color as the background. So right here, the background is white. So I want to change the words, the color of the words to white. And by doing that, notice they disappear. They don't really disappear. They're still there. You just can't see them because they're white, right? So I have those disappearing. Oh, I forgot my reveal object. What's the object that's going to let me see everything? Well, there's a really cool one I like. Let's see if I make sure I did it right. Oh, I did do the magnifying glass. Maybe let me do glasses. Search for glasses instead. Maybe like sunglasses. Yeah, here we go. We'll use these glasses. So I'm going to use sunglasses to help me find out the answers to make sure I have these right. All right, so this is my reveal object. Here's my image and my answers. They're still there. Moline's still there. Chicago's still there. But now I've changed the color to fit the background. I'm going to select and lock all of this down so it can't be moved. All right, so I'm going to select and lock. Now this is the most important thing. We want to send this picture to the back, because when we do that, when I hover over the reveal, oh, that's Moline, you're right. Oh, that's Chicago, oh, look, you're right. Now, when we hover, it reveals the answer. So that's order and reveal. It's a little more complicated, but also fun, something for the students to try. And they can be the glasses or the magnifying glass or whatever object it is. You could also simply just do a square or a shape. It doesn't have to be fancy. And if you fill it in, we'll do green. Oops, sorry, first I have to select my shape. Properties, let's fill it green, and we'll do the line the same color green. So let me send to back. Oops. Order. I'm just going to send backwards. Oh, sorry. Send to back. And now, even just a shape can reveal the answers for us. So Moline, Chicago. Yeah, you're right. Screen shade I like. Screen shade you can also use if you're doing PowerPoint. You can use your Smart Notebook tools. Screen shade is right up here. You click on it, and all this does is it allows you to reveal a little bit at a time. So let's talk about what that means. Let's talk about what this means. Let's talk about. So you don't have to show them everything, so the students can really focus on one particular part of whatever it is that you wish to discuss. So I love the screen shade. Not only can you reveal from top to bottom, but let's say you had images over here. Let's say you had a big table and you wanted them to guess what happens in a scientific experiment. You could box off part of it that way. So you can reveal as much or as little as you like. When you're done with the screen shade and you want to show everything, simply click on the red X and the whole screen shade goes away. So screen shade. It's one of my favorite reveals, and it's really easy to use. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.